Hello and welcome back to Jeff Comics. This is our fourth video for the new Magic the Gathering set Edge of Eternities for our fourth Play Booster Box. We got some great hits, including Tezzeret, we got an Earthros, we got Exalted Sunborn, Dominion Bracelets. We've got a lot of great hits, all of which the singles will be available on jeffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com. In person at Jeff Comics in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Check us out, support your local game store. And for now, we're just going to crack through this box. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's see if we can get some cool stuff here. Still have a few hits out of the four boxes, this being the fourth, that we haven't gotten anything crazy yet. Including, I think, an Evendo, a Ouroboros, Famished Worldsire, a few others there. Maybe an Endstone I think we're missing as well. Let's see if we can get some of those for you. In the meantime, we have a Sir Vondam, which I think was our first card, first pack previously. Oh, but we do have a Famished Worldsire. I believe our first one out of the four boxes. An 8-drop with Devourland 3 gets 3 times that many +1/+1 counters as number of lands as you sack when this enters. And then when it enters, you look at the X top cards of your library. Where X is the creature's power. Put any number of lands from among them onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle. If you got yourself any of the +1/+1 counter doublers in there as well, essentially will become Devourland 6, because you've got the double +1/+1s. Outstanding little card here, for sure. Starting off strong, even. I think that's, at least at time of recording, the 7th priciest card of the set, around $20-ish. Again, those prices are pre-release pricing, so check us out if you want to get some for yourself and see what current pricing is. Could be lower, could be higher. Who's to say? It's all pre-release and markets haven't really set yet. But we do have a Hylia, Guided by Light, a 3-mana 3/3. When it or another artifact or creature ETBs gain a life, so a soul sister if you will, with warp. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if you gain 3 or more life each turn. Kind of like the Gaffer from the Lord of the Rings set, but only on your own turn. But it already has the life gain kind of stapled on it too, so I thought about putting it into the Gaffer itself, and I might, because I do have that as a commander deck. But time will tell. Time will tell for slivers as well, if they're going to be a good kindred creature type. Nah, everyone knows the slivers are great. And this card, Thrumming Hive Pool, the only sliver card from Edge of Eternities, is of course great for slivers, giving them double strike and haste. Has affinity, so it can cost even just 0 mana. And upkeep, create 2 1/1 slivers. Fantastic little card there. Definitely gonna see play. Especially when we get more sliver supports, probably in a set in the future. I don't know that anything has been revealed to be a sliver-centric set upcoming at this point, but maybe slivers will see more of their day at some other point. A new card, a Contested War Zone. Not one of the better stellar sites, but behind it we do have a fantastic little card here. Alpha Rail, Stone Chosen. A 5-drop with Ward, discard a card at random. With Void, when it attacks, if an non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, not too hard to do, or a spell was warped this turn, also not that hard to do, defending player loses half their life rounded up. I mean, it's a 3/3, but Ward, discard a card at random, and having player lose half their life, that is awesome. For the right person. Right person in the right deck. Gotta know what you're getting into. And your standards, go for it. And your commanders, maybe just try not to pick on just one person, but who knows? Could be good strategy. Secluded Starforge, not one of the better ones. Ooh, but a foil, as I drop it. A foil of the Umbral Caller Zealot. I will mention this in every video at least once. It's a great replacement for your Viscera Seer. Granted, it costs 2 mana, but you sacrifice another creature, or now artifact as opposed to Viscera Seer. Instead of the Scry one, which would only put it in bottom of the library or top library, you can choose to Surveil. So all these black graveyard decks that care about sacking can just fill those graveyards even faster. A 2-mana 3/2 nonetheless. That is a great little uncommon from the set. If you didn't know about it already, you know about it now. Go put it in your decks. I'm sure you will very much appreciate it. Just like I appreciate the appearance of any Chrome Companion, because it's just a cute little corgi. And not very cute, more terrifying, is a Raging Ravine. Enters tap, it's a man land that you can turn into a creature. That's a 3/3 for 4 mana. And whenever it attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's still a land. Ooh, and a Quantum Riddler. I think I already mentioned that in maybe video 2 or so. Maybe it's good for flubs and some other cards that care about having very few cards, but the needing to have 1 or fewer cards in hand to draw an additional card when you draw is just a little bit high of a cost for a lot of decks. If I want additional draw, I want to be able to have a 20 card hand and get the additional draw. I'll get stuff like Aetherflux, or not Aetherflux, a Hamret's Archive, or your Teferi's Ageless Insights to get double card draw instead, and feel a lot better about that. But Sunset Saboteur, not too crazy, and Servandam the Lucent for our foil uncommon. We got a Moxite, we got a Breeding Pool. I believe our first one out of 4 play booster boxes. We've hit every other shock land at least once, I believe. But I think this is our first Breeding Pool, and a very lovely one at that. Awesome. Oh, and an Infinite Guideline Station. Your 5-color possible commander. Now with the rules changes, even though it doesn't say it can be your commander, definitely can. ETBs, create 2/2s equal to the number of multicolor permanents you control. And when it's 12+, and it attacks, you draw a card for each of those multicolor permanents you control. And it's a 7/15. Thought about making a commander deck with it. We'll see. Maybe if there was a foil extended art that Jaff pulls, I'll wind up doing that. Or even just a regular foil. We'll see. I don't think there's Galaxy foils for that card specifically. But, hey, you never know. Daedrine, the Amalgam. I've seen a few of those. Ooh, and a Codecracker Hound. I don't know that we've really taken a look at this guy before. He's munching on the cables. It's probably not good for the health of the robot. Even across the edge, a dog is still a dog. Nice. Very cute. And we got ourselves a Full Art Mountain. We got 2 good old dogs in this set. That's lovely. We also have a whale. That's nice. Some more robots. Some more terrifying things. That's what's out there in the cosmos, I guess. We got a Starfield Vocalist as well. Just a human bard. Excuse me. If a permanent enters, triggers an ability of a permanent you control trigger. Triggers an additional time. Warps for 2. Costs 4 to cast otherwise for a 3/4. I mean, we've seen how good the Mono White's Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, has been in the past. Having a similar effect like that, although that doesn't necessarily shut down your opponents, is probably good for the format. A Moonlight Meditation. I do like this card quite a bit. We'll have to find the right deck for it, but it's an enchantment aura for 3 that enchants an artifact or creature you control. First time you would create 1 or more tokens each turn, you may instead create that many tokens that are copies of the enchanted permanents. So if you can get yourselves a little Chatterstorm or something of the likes to dump out a bunch of squirrels, or activate an Elspeth to get 3/1/1 humans, or something along those lines, instead, you're making copies of whatever you enchanted. Say the Sarima is something you could enchant like that, and get copies of that instead. Although for a legendary, I could see that being maybe not the best idea. But for a non-legendary, say your Consecrated Sphinx, anything with good value, would be very nice. We do have a nice little island in foil, though. No Galaxy foils in the play booster boxes. Those are limited just to collector boosters. So that is the best art, more or less, of an island that we can get in our play boosters. And they are stunning. Absolutely. A weapons manufacturing. Seen it a few times. Little munitions that when it leaves the battlefield deals 2 damage to any target. Whenever you a non-token artifact enters, you create one of those. For 2 mana, might be okay. As long as you can sack the munitions to be able to get that damage out there. In the right decks, definitely could do it. Definitely could do something great. Ooh, alright. The Dominion Bracelets. I believe our second, maybe third out of 4 boxes. 2 mana, equips for 1, gives a +1/+1 to the equipped creature, and has 15. Exile the Dominion Bracelet. You control target opponent during the next turn. Cost X less to activate, where X is the equipped creature's power. Activate only as a sorcery. To put that on Galta, it'll cost you essentially 2 mana. Because it'll be a 12/12 with a +1/+1. Ooh. And a Stomping Ground. That's Sky. I do like how they're doing some of these foils now. Some of these foils really do hit. Let's see if we can get some nice reflections to separate that sky out. The sky looks real nice when it just pops from that rock there. Absolutely beautiful. Nothing insane yet from this box, but we're only about halfway through, so we definitely have some possibilities to come. Hard Light Contaminant will not be one of them. It's a little removal spell aura that we've seen a lot of times in a lot of sets in the past. Ooh, baby. That's a chunky. Or it's any good creature that you can get multiple copies of. But yeah, Devastating Onslaught creates X tokens that are copies of target artifacts or creatures you control, or rather just a single target artifact or creature. They gain haste until end of turn, sack them at end step. You're paying 3, you're getting another Atali. You're paying 5, you're getting 2. Half of X. You know, if you're paying 11 mana into this, you're going to get 5 copies of your best creature that you can get. And say it's Atali, the old chunky. Man, Dan Vega would be happy. It's the Mega Money Quiz, after all. Shout out, I think you should leave, as well as Play to Win for all these CDH players out there that'll know what we're talking about. Because that is, man, it's a great thing. Cam, you're great. We got a Requiem Monolith, though. Very cool. Nothing will beat making a boatload of copies of creatures, though. Well, I shouldn't say nothing, because Beyond the Quiet's not going to be it. A little board wipe. But like a Tezzeret's probably better. Uthros is probably better. Even though it's not great, it's definitely better. Ooh, a Sacred Foundry with one of the Viewport lands. Checking out from, let's see if we can find. Not going to be able to find wherever the insert was that shows us the creature types that are these people supposed to be, but probably some humans from the looks of it. They're humanoid. They're in a Sacred Foundry, and it's pretty lovely. I'd love to see what this looks like in a Galaxy foil. Maybe we'll see at least one of those would be great in our collector booster box. I don't know how rare they're going to wind up being, but getting a Galaxy foil of those Viewports could be good, could be not. I'm not sure. We'll have to see what the Galaxy foil looks like through it. Oh, and we got ourselves a Lightning Zone. We've gotten one of these in most of our boxes, which is great, because getting the Branching Evolution type effect, your half a Doubling Season type effect for just your counters for 4 mana, or a Warp for 1. A Warp for 1? What were they thinking? This is great. That is going in every single one of my +1/+1 counter decks for sure, and I do have multiples of them. Loading Zone. Awesome, awesome little card. And we've got a Plaza of Heroes. Ooh, I did not know this got reprinted. That's a good one. Plaza of Heroes, a land. Taps for colorless, doesn't enter tapped. You can also tap to add 1 mana of any color, only to spend it on a legendary spell. So like your commander. Add 1 mana of among legendary permanents you control. Or 3 in a tap, exile this land. Target legendary creature gets hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Can definitely save especially like a commander. I know I always go back to it. There are other formats for sure. But this is a great card for the format, especially because you have a legendary creature that you will often care for. We got a Zuifrit, which I think we got like 4 of in the last box. Good card. Not a great card, but cool nonetheless. But the Plaza of Heroes definitely making that pack way more exciting. We're about 2/3 of the way through the box here, getting our, I think, second regular art Shockland in the box, but our second actual Sacred Foundry itself. 3 Shocklands total, including the Viewport that we just got. But a nice hit nonetheless. A Corral of the Void. Enchants a creature. When the creature attacks, put a target creature from a defending player's graveyard onto the battlefield untapped and attacking. And you have to sack the aura at end step unless you a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped. So Void can go both ways of giving you less or giving you having to sack a little bit of a loss for a Corral of the Void here. At 4 mana, being able to lose that if you don't meet the Void cost seems a little high, but even being able to do the recursion once into the right deck that has had their graveyard milled can be fantastic. We did get a Pain for All earlier that we didn't really go over. I will just note it's an aura that enchants a creature you control. The main part here that you're going to be worried about, well, I guess the ETB is great because it deals damage equal to the enchanted creature's power to any other target, but the big thing, whenever enchanted creature is dealt any damage, it deals that damage to each opponent. Get your Pyrohemias out, get your Blasphemous Acts, anything that'll deal a boatload of damage to any creature or all your creatures will be great. Umbral Caller Zealots, got a non-foil, love to see it. We got the Extinguisher Battleship. I think we've seen one in every box of those. A nice little bit of, you know, like I said, that incremental damage deals 4 damage on ETB to each creature. That could do things with your aura we were just talking about. A Lightstall Inquisitor. ETB's gets you a little bit of a Inquisition of Kozilek type effects and increases cost though, so it's not fully gone. But we have the lovely, lovely Adam Paquette Plains out of the basics. This is my favorite. You all know it by now. We all love it. It's a beautiful card. The space theme for this set has been incredible. And, ooh, we got a vote out. Amogus. Amogus. Into the Memorial Vault. This is where you do wires, I think. And then you get voted out. You got the Seed Ship as a foil rare, though. Attacks, you can put a creature card from your hands on the battlefield once you station it 7. And it's a 4/5 with flying. Pretty solid. Nothing crazy for the lands. Looks like about 4 packs left here in this box. Just one little line left at the bottom. As the pack falls apart in my hands. Dauntless Scrapbot and a Stelly Reclaimer. Gets you either a 5-drop back or a 3-drop back if you cast it. Can't be a creature, can't be a non-land. From your graveyard with the mana value X or less that you spent. We'll see how that winds up working in the future. I don't know that it's as good as your Sun Titans. Although that is, what, 6 mana to get you a 3-drop guaranteed back. But you can flicker those. For the last card there, you have to cast it to be able to get that effect. Just like 0 Point Ballad, you'll have to cast, you'll have to lose some life to be able to destroy all creatures with toughness X or less. If X is 6 or more, return a creature card from your graveyard put into a graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. Nice. Got 2 packs left here, so we'll start wrapping it up. Thank you so much for chilling here with us. This is our 4th and currently final out of this run of Edge of Eternity's Play Booster Boxes, but don't fret. There is a Collector Booster Box opening that will either be out or will be coming out on this YouTube channel right now. check it out, see if it's there. If not, subscribe so you don't miss the notification. We'll see if we get anything crazy in there. I know there's a lot of very exclusive treatments with galaxy foils that are possible only in the collector boosters. Ooh, and we'll also end off with a nice little swamp in the full art. Not a foil, but just a really cool looking card that Adam Paquette did a fantastic job with. That has been our fourth and currently final play booster box of Edge of Eternities for Jaff Comics. Thank you so much for being here with us. Again, if you'd like to get any of these singles, the Dominion Bracelet, the Uthros, the Famished World Sire, any of those great hits from this box, the other boxes that we've opened, check us out in store in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, or check us out online. jaffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com is where you can find the entire library of singles for Magic, for Lorcana, for your Star Wars, any of the TCGs that we have available. It's all up on there. Check us out in person to get a more personalized experience and see what you're looking for. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the collector booster box that'll be coming out soon. And we look forward to seeing you in store. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.